Hi everyone, this is Dan LaFave of Strange, Chronicles of the Graveyard Shift. A lot of times as paranormal researchers, and there's many different terms that go along with the paranormal, and there's been some researchers lately who are asking questions, what's the difference between a ghost hunter, paranormal researcher, paranormal investigator? There's many different terms out there. I thought that I'd give you a little history about ourselves, about what we do. We've been doing this a long time. We're quite experienced as far as what we do within the paranormal research field. I'm going on about 16 years now doing this on a serious level, and I can tell you that we have handled many paranormal cases out there, both private and public, all across Texas. I would venture to say that if I were to add up all the cases that I've been a part of while with other paranormal groups and also with our own group, I would venture to say that I've handled a neighborhood of 400 and something paranormal cases, and that is a lot over the years. And a lot of people will be like, well, how can you handle so many paranormal cases? You're making this up. Well, let me just throw an example to you, and I'll give you a current idea of how you could easily hit this number. Currently, we're handling 4 private paranormal cases within our area. So if you were to think on average of handling 3 to 4 paranormal cases a month, which is our current situation, you could easily have 50 paranormal cases within 1 year. Now that's not going to happen all the time as far as private paranormal cases, but as far as public paranormal investigations, yes, you can easily hit that number. As far as this new channel is concerned, this year in 2015, we are going out to a lot of interesting locations. I've already filmed out in a lot of locations. We're currently putting all this together, and you're going to see on this new exciting revised paranormal YouTube channel, there's going to be a lot of interesting paranormal videos coming out. These are going to be in all different areas, not just ghosts. What I wanted to do today was just give you a little idea of what the paranormal's like and what we do. Over the years, I've been asked several different questions during public seminars, sometimes from clients, sometimes from book events, basically when I'm selling my 2 paranormal books. We get asked a lot of questions, and there's a lot of things that are out there. So I just wanted to kind of answer some of these questions for you to give you an idea what exactly do experienced paranormal researchers do. Now, going back to those 3 terms I mentioned earlier, there are differences as far as my opinion is concerned. I do think that paranormal researchers labels a lot, and this labels basically not just investigating ghosts, but all areas of the paranormal, which is what we do. The word paranormal stands for above the normal. And the term paranormal has only been realistically used, as far as I can remember, probably roughly about 20 years or so. And this would go back to roughly around 1990, mid-1990s, somewhere in there. Before this word paranormal came into existence, this field, honestly, was called the supernatural, which, in my opinion, means the same thing. It means something above, something extraordinary, something that cannot be explained rationally or with any methodical thought that goes along with what might be actually happening. So basically, going into some questions about myself and some questions that have been asked about the paranormal, one of the questions that comes up a lot is, how did we get into this? I can tell you that we've gotten into this for many reasons. A lot of these reasons have to do with the reason why most people get into the paranormal research field on a serious level. We experienced extraordinary occurrences that we could not explain through any rational logic or thought. This comes from debunking process, which means we do everything we can to eliminate possible natural occurrence to see if there's actually anything else out there that can be labeled paranormal. I basically had things happen my whole life. But several years ago, the thing that led me into wanting to explore this field a lot more as far as serious paranormal research is concerned is that I basically went out and I wanted to explore the paranormal on a new level. I wanted to try to put some confirmation to the strange things that I had occurring all my life, to myself confirm that this was not imagination, that these things were really happening. So I decided more or less on a scientific and investigative approach to start exploring the paranormal approximately 16 years ago. This really led to me going to all sorts of locations across Texas. This includes private, public, businesses, homes, ranches, attorney offices, doctor offices, military officer quarters up on military posts. You name it, we have done it. Now, one of the most interesting things that I've always had fun doing here in Texas is going out investigating historical locations. There's always been a lot of substance to different things that people are experiencing when they tour Texas historical locations. You see, there's been a lot that has happened in Texas. There's a lot of brutal history here. This involves a lot of things with missions, forts, ghost towns, Texas ghost towns. There's just a lot of things out there within the state of Texas that are still waiting to be discovered. Every day, people are going out to historical locations and they're running into things. I mean, this is very, very strange stuff that is happening to people. A lot of people are scratching their heads going, is this imagination, or did I actually just experience something while walking through and touring this Texas historical location? You see, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, we have acquired a lot of paranormal evidence over the years. A lot of this evidence is very extraordinary. A lot of this evidence is here on this YouTube channel for you to view for yourself. A lot of evidence we haven't posted. There's been a lot of private homes that we've gone into, which we do those investigations confidentially. There are a lot of extreme things that are happening to people. So as far as the skeptics are concerned, you have your right to believe what you do. We also have our right to believe what we do. Our clients that we help also have a right to believe the different strange things that are happening within their homes. I can tell you the preponderance of evidence that is out there that we have collected over the years and the different things that we have experienced firsthand that we have not been able to explain have basically allowed us to the belief that the paranormal does exist. There are several strange things out there. I can be the first to testify and to tell you that there are things out there that people do not understand. There are things happening. I would venture to say that a lot of these paranormal experiences that are happening to people, to ourselves, a lot of it cannot be documented through scientific explanation. There just is no possible way to gather a lot of this evidence, a lot of these things that are happening. We do the best that we can, and we do get a lot of paranormal evidence through EVPs, reading electromagnetic field disturbances. Basically, when we go out and we investigate a location, we do it several different ways. First thing we want to try to do is control that environment the best that we can. When we do that, we're able to eliminate natural occurrences that are happening. You know, we tag natural noises, we do various things during investigation. One of the most important things that we do when we do a paranormal investigation is that we scrutinize our evidence. The reason for that is we want to make sure that before we put any evidence out to the public, we want to make sure that we have used every possible means to try to debunk that evidence the best that we can, that we solidify it in our minds for analytical means so that we can basically have the faith that that evidence is credible, which it is. Now, I can tell you that I have enjoyed exploring the paranormal field. I've done this for a long time. I'm going to do it many years from now. One of the neat things is that I explored this along with my wife Connie, and we also explored this along with many friends of ours who are fellow experienced paranormal researchers. We go out across Texas We investigate numerous Texas historical locations. And again, you're going to see a lot of interesting videos that are going to be posted up on this YouTube channel this year. We're going to go real in depth so that you yourself can see what experienced paranormal researchers run into. A lot of times this is not depicted. We want to show you firsthand the strange things that we are encountering, the strange things that we are experiencing, and the strange things in the world that we call the paranormal. Be sure this year to subscribe to our paranormal YouTube channel, Strange Chronicles of the Graveyard Shift.